Hello everybody, and welcome back for the 11th part of the sales education series. I hope you feel Olympic today and you're ready for a few minutes of listening about the sales life. As mentioned in the last part, today we will start with an overview of some elements from everyday reality of a salesperson. From a helicopter view, we can describe a sales process as management of activities and progression. In progression, we can talk about sales phases. In activities, we can talk about handling different elements of sales process. Every sales process is defined by industry where it happens and company that is running it. But in general, we can talk about phases like qualify, develop, propose, close, and fulfill. Regarding activities, we can talk about handling a lead, an opportunity, a quote or an offer, and hopefully an order. If you get an order, you need to take care of documentation too. It can be financial or contractual. Sales funnel can be the single most important indicator of company's future perspective. It offers inside view into company potential. Sales organization is responsible for actions that will lead to healthy development of funnel movement. The sales funnel helps you sort and track the progress of individual possible orders or single sales objectives, but it doesn't work with accounts. Two things decrease as a single sales objective moves down the funnel: the expected time to the order and the level of uncertainty involved. If moving in the funnel doesn't reflect that, it is only forecasting adjustment. And we all know where this leads: to unpleasant conversation on closing calls at the end of the quarter. If you want to run a successful sales organization in today's highly competitive environment, you need to support your sales activities with proper sales applications. Some of the areas you can support with applications are sales, marketing, and service automation, activities and conversation management, either supporting them or analyzing them, deals progression, which is actually funnel management, analytics that can be also upgraded to predictive level, and integration of customers' information from different sources. Technology should reduce complexity. Sales applications should be used as support tools for sales activities. But due to fragmented sales application landscape, sometimes the result is exactly opposite. Salesperson is forced to use different applications for his activities. Information is dispersed through different systems, and jumping from one system to another increases inefficiency. This is the main reason why big players like Microsoft and Salesforce are building their CRM tools as the sales engagement platforms, and why some dedicated applications on the market are built as sales engagement platforms. We are talking about tools like Sant, Salesloft, Groove, and Outreach. Development in this area is happening, now actually faster than before due to AI usage, but potential for improvement is still big. To be in a position to really utilize the power of technology, either as support for your outreach activities or simply to use sales engagement platform in the best possible way, it is important to get your sales cadence right. You should find the best combination for areas like attempts, media, duration, spacing, response time, and content. When we talk about efficiency, meetings are probably the biggest killer of salesperson efficiency. And the same goes for meetings with the customer. If you organize a meeting with a customer and you can't add no value, don't do it. When you think about, does it make sense to call a meeting, or is there any better way for solving a situation you need to resolve, you can use this checklist. You can check: what is the purpose of the meeting? What is the agenda? Is there something worth finding? Is the necessary investment of time appropriate and feasible? Do the economics make sense? And based on the answers you got, you need to make a decision for a meeting or no meeting. In times of hybrid selling, economics change a little, and channels of communication do increase. So be wise in choosing the proper way of spending yours and your customer time. But if you decide to go forward with the meeting, make sure you do your homework after the meeting and write down meaningful meeting minutes. It is critical that the agreements, decisions, and next steps from a meeting are captured in an email and circulated among entities. The person who writes the next steps has a lot of power. They get to interpret all the agreements and propose the way forward. For a good sales call, the elements of a perfect meeting can be summarized in a way that one VC found used them to estimate the quality of sales calls. They look for: was there any report? Were the needs established? What was the pitch quality? Did we get the deal sizing? Did we learn about the decision making? Do we have time frame? And were the next steps agreed? If we want to have good meetings, we should ask good questions. One framework that we can use was introduced by Darius Lahutifart in his Always Be Qualifying, MEDIC and MEDPIC book. It is called THEAT framework, and the framework introduces 4 types of questions. They are: tell me about, how do you, explain to me, and describe for me. Additional hints for asking effective questions are: ask for permission to ask question. Ask one question at a time and wait for the answer. Reward the response, then ask your next question. Be cautious of leading questions. Be aware of when how or what works better than why. At the end, summarize. Ask questions like: did I get it right? Did I leave anything out? Mahan, Khalasa, and Randy Illing defined good questions as the ones that unite 3 quotients: the intelligence, emotional, and execution quotient. Intelligent quotient is about good questions, is about that good questions do not merely elicit information the client already knows. They provoke a deeper exploration and insight on the part of the client. Emotional quotient questions are good in large part because of how they are asked. In execution quotient, good questions are not random. They are organized in a logical progression in which questions and answers build on each other. Well, thank you for your attention. This is all for today. In the next part, we will continue with insights on how to run a good conversation, how to talk about the money. We will also be touching a little bit about pricing, and maybe we will also have time to start with negotiation. Until next time, goodbye.